Now that we've created our resource group, let's go ahead and create some resources. Now, there are multiple ways to develop and publish resources into Microsoft Azure. Two, namely, is the Azure portal. So just as we did with the resource group, by clicking the buttons through the GUI experience that's offered to you, and a programmatic way, whether that is using Azure Resource Manager, otherwise known as ARM, or using Azure Bicep, which is built on ARM, and that provides a more simplistic, more effective way of deploying. So we'll be exploring both of those in this lab, and for the Azure portal, so deploying resources via the interface, we'll be using that to deploy our language resource, and our language resource is going to be the service that's going to be extracting the personal information from our text. So we'll go ahead and do that now. So you can either use the search, or you can go into the resource group and click the create icon here to start to create some resources. And this should take you to the marketplace, where we have both Microsoft owned and third-party services that are available. So we're just going to search language in the search bar here. And then you'll see a language service. We're going to click create and then click on language servers just below. Then you'll see all of these features. This isn't an exhaustive list. There is a lot that's offered to you as part of the language service. There's also these custom features, but we will not be enabling those today. We'll just be continuing to create your resource, just the button on the bottom. Great, so here it might have automatically select the new resource group, but if it hasn't, then you would just click on this button and select the resource group that you have just created. And then in region, we will select Australia East as our region. And for the name, we'll give it an appropriate name. In this case, we'll just do something like Python bot PII language. And for pricing, there's free and there's standard. We should be fine to get away with free, but for the purpose of the demonstration, I will go ahead and select standard, but free should be okay too for this demonstration. So after you've selected that, you'll just need to tick a box to confirm essentially our responsible AI and our privacy policy, and you will be mated with this review plus create tab. Just also a quick note that there's other tabs involved too. Network, identity, for instance. Those are for situations where you might want to lock down your resource, or you might want to only allow a certain subset of users to access the resource. But for now, we'll just be skipping all of that and clicking create. This shouldn't take too long. Great, now that that's done, we can click on the Go to Resource button. And here is our language service. So just some things to look out for. On the left-hand tab, you will see a resource management view, and under that, you'll see a keys and endpoint blade. If you click on that, you will see the endpoint where the language service is being hosted, the location and region which you have selected, and also the keys which we will be using to authenticate ourselves when we come to consume this service. So this is an important screen, and it's highly recommended to take down the endpoint, maybe copy and paste the endpoint and key number 1 into a notepad file, because we will be using these later. But for now, this is our language service, and it is published, it is developed, it is ready for use, and we will be consuming this in a few moments.